I'm going to go so far as to say, people say about how if you open the door for the lady and the lady sits in and she should reach over and open the door for you, those type of tests. The Roti test is part of that now.
Bang.
ठीक है?
There we go.
अपने बंदे लिए Roti test. Done.
Sorted.
First time we hit 100,000 views on a video. That was the Desi medication rant. We sat in my bedroom here, Mavi's studio. I remember that because of Steve Austin, 3:16 a.m. And at that point, we hit 100.0 K views.
Oh shit, it's happened. This never happens.
Kripa hogi.
What is happening, people? Welcome to this week's episode of the Indy and Doctor podcast. We're going to kick it off with what's happening, Doctor. We normally move this at the end, but I think the caption of the episode kind of highlights it all. Karan's got his hands clasped together as if he's sitting in the Gurdwara like a good butt. So, Karan, what's happening? How are you feeling? Anything of note to talk about?
Just any other day, any other year, any other friend. What can I say?
What can I say?
Kripa hogi. Indy, kripa kiਵੇਂ ਹੋਗੀ? ਦੱਸ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਹੋਈ?
Where to begin, bro? Do you want me to go from the top?
Go from the top, baby.
All right, people. So, for those of you that aren't on social media, we had a little bit of a virality that happened. So we'll give people a quick rundown because I don't want to linger on this too much. But I was going to go see a friend of ours yesterday. So Karan, you know him. A few people know him. He was a part of our Bangla team. His name is Sergeant. I went to go meet him in central London. I left the flat, and as I'm walking out the flat, I got tagged by a guy I haven't spoken to at university for a very long time on Twitter. He never tags me in anything. He's an Arsenal fan. So I thought maybe he's tagged me in something Man United related. I don't know.
Right.
I see my name, and then I think, this is odd. Now, part of me thought it might be something about the podcast. Maybe someone just put like a little video up. Maybe, but it probably wouldn't happen. Hanji, you have a finger up. Did
your spider sense go off?
Maybe.
I'm even doing the eyebrows today. All right. So Indy's little tingle sense went off. Okay, then.
So I'm walking out, I see it, and I think, oh shit, cheers for the tag. So I messaged him saying, thanks for tagging me. And I commented underneath the person who put it up. The person who put it up is called Subg Hunter on Twitter, SABJIHUNTER. I don't know these guys, I'll be honest with you, but they are a relatively meme page. They post about Punjabi content all the time. Yeah. And they reposted it, and it was jacked from TikTok. So it had our little stamps all over it saying Indian Doctor. Good thing about Twitter is that it doesn't suppress this stuff from TikTok. Instagram does. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. So I messaged him underneath saying, thanks, man, I appreciate it. And he said, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to not tag you. I couldn't find your ats for the podcast on Twitter. And I said, that's the only social media we didn't set up because we didn't think it was going to be relevant. But don't worry, man, thank you. And then he obviously gave us a shout out saying, this is it here. Appreciate it. I thought, cool. I retweeted it. I said, Ma, I made it. That was my caption on my tweet. I thought, cool, I've left it. I'm done now. That's it. I was like, dopamine surcharge is through the roof. I'm happy. I'm going to go see a mate. I'm going to have a nice dinner. Yeah. So I'm sitting at dinner, having a nice little conversation, and I left Sanj here ill, the Bachari. I'll touch on that in confessions. But she called me, and I thought, what's going on here? Is she ill? Is her diabetes playing up or something? Like, is she low sugar? Is she throwing up? So I answered the phone, and she said, Indy, Hanji, yeah, go on.
I love how you think that your Sanj is 111 or 999.
I am her 111.
I am her 111. I am the algorithm. I will tell you when to present to ED with chest pain. I will tell you the category. I will tell you. Right, go on.
So I'm like, is everything okay? She said, can you check your phone, please, and call me back? I said, okay. Because I'm quite nice at dinner. I put my phone flat. I don't look at it, right? I pick it up, and she's told me to go onto Instagram. And the biggest Desi meme page on Instagram or any platform out there called I'm Just Bestie had taken our thing and posted it. And I thought, oh shit, it's happened. This never happens. Because I'm Just Bestie post a lot of stuff about like little TikToks that people put up that are like nice and relatable, but they don't tend to put up podcast clips. And we've actually reached out to them in the past saying you might want to publish this about something because it's relatable and it's Desi stuff. No luck. they found it and they put it up. And since then, loads of people started just following us on Instagram. We got messages from friends and family saying this is happening, that's happening. And I just thought, whoa, this is quite overwhelming, right? So got home, had a call with you, and we were like, yo, this is unreal. Like very, very surreal moment, which one day I'm sure we will show people how our reactions were, but we'll keep that between me and you for now. That passes. We had a nice evening, had a nice little chat about stuff, and wake up this morning, got a voice note off a mate of mine,
right?
A girl that I went to uni with, and she said, I heard about your clip doing well. Right. And she said, but Haroon on the Asian Network has picked it up and he's mentioned it. And he's talking about it on there. And I thought, wait, what? That I was getting my bond absolutely slammed at work today. Right. I did not have any chance to do anything fun to look or listen to it until the end of the day because it was a rough day at work. Now, it's kind of ironic because you have this little bit of clout and then you're back to reality next day work and it's just like, oh, this is the real world, right?
Like nearly leave everything to podcast full time.
So close. Anyway, I jump onto the BBC Sounds afterwards. I listened to what Haroon said, and Haroon, as people aren't aware of, I know him from uni. He's one of my first mates that I've made there, and we kept in touch since. Top guy, overall great guy. Please check him out on all social media platforms. He's got a show on the Asian Network 11 till 3 every day. Talks about relatable stuff similar to what we do, but in a more PC format. And he'd taken our clip. He put it in, he edited the bit of where I swore. Thank you very much for that, Haroon. Put it out there, and he had a whole phone in of people saying how they want to have their roti and how they want to eat it. So that was, again, another bump and just surreal again to have. Boom. So we went as viral as I guess 2 Desi people can go for a podcast. So there. That's the full story. Karan, your thoughts?
I think the word is validation, right? I mean, guys, and I said this to Indy. I said we need to document the journey, right? So greatness is a process. I thoroughly believe in that. Whatever it is you're pursuing in life, whether it's academically or creatively in this kind of scenario. And the thing is, when success happens, it doesn't come in front of you and say, hey, I'm success. Go on, question.
Do me a favor. Can you tilt your mic a bit forward because you are a bit quiet?
Yeah.
To me, anyway.
Is that better?
That's much better. Thank you.
Yeah, so success doesn't come and say, hey, I'm success with a nice label, right? The best thing I was ever told is success creeps behind you and whispers in your ear. And you have to have the intuition to listen to that and recognize, oh, okay, this is big, right? And so we've made it a point to document that. I remember the first time we hit 100,000 views on a video. That was the Desi medication rant. We sat in my bedroom here, Mavi's studio. Christmas. Guys, it was 3:16. I remember that because of Steve Austin, 3:16 a.m. Stone cold in it, right? 3:16, and at that point we hit 100.0 k views. And yesterday we recorded a clip, and in the future when we're doing live shows from a stage, we will show that to people to show you, look, it's all part of the journey. This has been now more than 2 years in building. We've expanded the team. We have professional output now in terms of what we produce content wise, but it takes a lot of work. And obviously it's not just Indy and I jumping on this platform once a week. There is so much in pre-production and post-production, things that we didn't really appreciate before. And when you just get the glimpses of, wow, the magic, right? Like it's the same content, the same thing, the same energy, but for whatever reason, this went, and it's very nice to see the appreciation from everybody. As mentioned by you, I got a lot of people reaching out to me that I haven't spoken to in a long time saying, hey man, and it's such a nice thing because they're so happy for you that it doesn't matter that you haven't spoken for ages, and they're like, just wanted to say, really good to see that you're doing well. And everyone had a response to like, I fold it or don't fold it. So it's really good, and I think what we talked about yesterday, Indy, and we can share it with everyone here. Later this year, guys, we're going to make it more of a regular thing that we take to the streets, much like our brother in Canada, Katapa TV. Shout out to Katapa TV, and we're going to be doing some interviews. So we ask each other a lot of funny questions, Roti included, and we're going to take it to the streets, and we're going to ask you guys what you think. This is a beautiful journey. If you're out there, you're listening to this, and my God, even this last week, we've had some really nice messages. I'll tell you, what really did it for me. So that the going viral thing was really good, but the small individual messages, Indy, where it's clear that somebody's listened to our content for a long time, but only reached out after a certain amount of time, you know, the like, trust, know kind of thing. And, you know, it's always, your podcast is fantastic. You guys are amazing. Like, it's so over the top in terms of love and appreciation. And when you read those messages, you're just like, like, you know, it's the energy you need to continue doing this podcast.
Bro,
right?
I get weirded out whenever we get those messages. Like,
because literally you're like, this is a real person. This is how you do it. This is a real person who doesn't know us, who likes what we're talking about. Like, there's levels, isn't it? Right? I remember saying the same thing to Shindy. I was like, we didn't know each other and you've decided to be with me and spend your life with me. It's like that kind of thing. You're just like, oh,
yeah. Okay, right. Shit, Karan, damn. All right.
No, do you know when you have those days when you're trying to process it, you're like, this is by choice. You don't have to do this. It's not like, it's not like, you know, when you're born with family, like your family's family, right? Like, you know, they say all that. You don't pick or whatever. And it's just those messages, man, where you know you're having an impact on someone's life and they enjoy listening. And it just makes it all worth it, man. It makes it really, really makes it worth it. And I share your dream now that there is definitely going to be a time where you and I are doing this for a big majority of our time. We're flying around the world. We're doing shows. And we're just impacting lives. I think, look, the real mission of this work is to the people that feel isolated, the people that feel lonely, the people that want to be part of a conversation, we provide conversation for them. If you're having a shit day, we provide some funniness for you. If you actually want some real opinion and not perception, what's the word? Maybe perception on certain things or opinions on certain things, we will give that to you. We want to provide lots of things for lots of different people, and just we're there to serve the community, man, in any which way we can. So full of gratitude today. Thank you so very much. Thank you to Subji Hunter. Thank you to I'm Just Besti. Thank you to everyone who showed love. Please keep sharing love. Please share the message and the story. And send us stuff, man. Like, you want us to talk about certain things? We are more than happy to discuss things.
I just didn't understand why people felt so passionate about how they ate their roti, man. And Karan, me and you sat there and thought, this is just a normal conversation that we have between the two of us. We didn't think it... Okay, I need people to understand. We don't handpick stuff and say, this is going to be it. This is going to be it.
Viral.
I might think that something's going to do well and it never does. Yeah. And I think the ones that aren't going to do well do. That's just the nature of content. You just put a lot of it out and see what sticks. That's literally it. So that's what happened in this instance. That's
very true. And, you know, I get a lot of people ask me, like, how do you come up with your content? And I'm like, listen, honestly, the process is when you start podcasting, you start getting a bit more... that's like hyper acute to things around you and you become a better observer. That's what I found. And so literally I just walk around with my phone and I'm just voice noting to myself in my own podcast idea group, which I have for myself on WhatsApp. You know, I've got many groups. You asked me how many groups I've got. I still haven't counted. But yeah, literally, I see something.
People, comment beneath how many groups you think Karan's part of, because this guy's optimized life with WhatsApp groups as well. But WhatsApp has no set way of telling you how many groups you're in. You have to go through and manually count. So one day I will take Karan's phone and I will do it. Yeah. I will do it.
To what does make it easier for you, Indy, all my groups start with a hyphen jazz. Oh, sorry, jazz hyphen. So jazz hyphen book, jazz hyphen podcast ideas, jazz hyphen spiritual, jazz general.
I'm on about every group you're a part of with other people, not just singular groups of you with your thing.
But the singular groups of my stuff, they're the most important. But yeah, look, guys, we see things. These things are highly relatable. The Roti thing clearly was very relatable. And we got a lot more of that coming. We got loads more coming through. We love doing this. And I'd say to, that was the point I was going to make. I'd say to anybody who's thinking about doing this, just do it. You know, if you get nothing else than a few nice messages from people, you get to spend time with a good friend. It's therapy, man. Like,
and understand at the beginning, it's going to be shit. Okay, you got to understand that. You got to accept that, and you've got to accept that it's going to take a while to not be good, and you're going to find little bits you're happy about.
Tell them the Ed Sheeran and the tap. Give them that analogy.
The tap.
That's
story.
really pertinent.
It's
really pertinent now.
What is it like?
So Ed Sheeran on Twitter
I've
basically
forgotten
had this,
man.
So
I'm going to butcher it, aren't I?
I'll tell it if you want me to. So Indy sent me this clip from Ed Sheeran. I love Ed Sheeran. He basically said, look, the thing with content, the thing about getting good at anything, we know about this whole concept of, you need 1,000 hours, right? 1,000 hours to get mastery in any given thing, or half an hour a day for 5 years.
10,000 hours, bye.
10,000, not 1,000. When you're as good as we are, it's only 1,000, right? But
10,000 as good as we are.
10,000 hours of mastery or half an hour a day for 5 years. Those are the kind of things that are commonly quoted, right? And he basically said, look, when you put on a tap that hasn't been turned on for a long while, say in a new building or like an old building, there's going to be brown water liquid that comes out, basically lots of shit. but you need to let it run. Because he goes, eventually you're going to get that nice, clean, flowing pani. And he goes, it's the same with content creation. There is going to be a phase, like you said, that hump. It's the hump, man. It's the hump when no one's watching your stuff. No one gives a shit. No one cares who you are, right? There's no traction apart from our wives watching it.
That's it.
Maybe even them. And they were forced to watch it because they were doing quality assurance.
Yes.
Apart from that, there's nobody, right?
They still do.
Yeah, they still do. And, look, now we're at the point where people enjoy the content. They talk about the content. I had a consultant this last week. I walked in. I was like, hey, boss, how are you? And he goes, I've seen you on TikTok.
This guy is unbelievably known in all the TikTok comments. People say to him, did you go to QMGS? And I said, why do you say that? And they said, because there's a clip of you talking about a guy called Taran Taran, and I doubt there's many Taran Tarans in the world. And I thought, yeah, he's probably right, he is. And another person's like, oh my God, he's from Warsaw. I recognize him. I never had this happen to me, and I'm kind of glad I didn't go to a all brown school because I don't have that problem at all. I'm sort of relatively unknown.
Yeah. What I find really interesting is the way you've branded the podcast. People actually refer to us in the messages doctor. I saw doctor.
Good.
Like, okay, it's good. But I have a name as well. They're just like, what was it? A group today? The message.
Yes.
A group is somebody who's doing her GCSEs, I believe. So study hard and make sure you pursue something that you want to do. Don't fall into the trap of doing only medicine, dentistry, pharmacy, or being a lawyer unless you really want to do that. Obviously, listen to mum and daddy. They know what's best, sort of, most of the time. Not all the time, but most of the time. Don't tell them I said that. But she said, I can't believe, it was so nice. That message was, I can't believe that your podcast is awesome. I can't believe this guy's from Warsaw and I live in the same town as this person. And I was like, that's like mad,
nice,
like kind of,
nice.
it's like you're on this platform where like, wow, like someone actually thinks of you like that. And it's like,
he's just a normal guy, guys. Let's just get it straight. As soon as he sets foot in that ER, no one gives a shit. They're like, you're going to come here and you're going to serve every patient the same. You're going to wipe their shit as well. All right, it happens. Okay.
I gotta say, man, when I step onto the shop floor, that's how we call it, the shop floor, I get the salute. Jazz is here. This is what I get when I go to hospital. Jazz, are you here in this area? I'm like, yeah. Sick. It's gonna be a good day. And I'm like,
we're in good hands today, mate.
The problem
we're in good
is,
hands today, mate.
Their stress goes down because they're like, all the responsibility.
And your stress goes.
Mine goes up. It's like, shittity. Right, that's it.
All right, relax, people.
I'm gonna wear a t-shirt. Man.
Let's just go on to the best comments that we've seen so far. Yeah,
go boom.
Some of these comments are hilarious and they crack me up. So first of all, this is from Rochelle. She comments on all that stuff on TikTok. She said,
shout out to Rochelle, man.
About the roti, fold in half but break off in single pieces. My kids will no longer get them folded. I can't make them fast enough when they're eating. So we changed the way that she basically serves her roti now. She serves them round so they don't automatically start caning through it in like about a minute.
We are, saving one family at a time. That's our motto.
That's what we do.
Thank you,
Another girl
Michelle.
said, I feel like Neo in the Matrix now. And I said, it's because you see things clearly. You took the red pill. I knew that would make you happy going hearing that.
Offering the truth.
That's it.
What if I told you?
What if I told you there was a different way
to eat roti?
Your roti.
Remember, Indy, I am only offering the truth. You take the blue roti and you eat single pieces.
Taking no colored roti,
you take the red roti and you wake up in La La Land.
Disgusting. Yeah, La La Land being like, I'm going to die in the toilet land. That's what it is. All right. Anyway, leave the roti as it is, but fold naans.
Leave the roti as is. Yeah, because naans are really thick, aren't they? They're really big. Somebody said the same.
No. If it's thicker, you don't fold it.
Oh, good point. Yes, which is why parathe are not folded. Yeah.
Yes, thank you. So I'm like, hang on. That's the other way round. I don't know if they meant that, but no, they didn't respond. They didn't even name. They had 3 dots as their name on Instagram. Sorry, on TikTok. There you go. Someone said trust issues if anyone doesn't double them. It's crazy. And I said, are you going to ask this question on the first date? And his name is Indy.
Oh, yes, I saw this one. Indy.
Another Indy. There you go. Is it make or break Indy if they do fold or if they don't fold?
That's the question.
It's important. It's very important. Now we move on to Instagram, Karan, and you got a little bit trolled, didn't you? Yes, you did.
Just before that one, there was one other one where somebody said about we should use this as a compatibility test. Remember that comment?
Yeah, yeah. Like, all right, okay,
you come to that. Do that one
first.
That one's funny.
Should I do that one first? Okay. GBK_lifestyle. This should be the first question when two people meet. A solid compatibility measure. I've just found out that my husband is not a folder, and now I'm questioning everything. And I said, "Ooh, sorry."
Dropping
and another
bombs.
person said some other stuff, and I said, "Okay, on a scale of 1 to ick, how bad are we talking?" And she said, "It doesn't bother me anymore, but it used to at the start."
Oh.
So, fellas, ladies, get your question drilled and have your justifications ready on your first date, because you're getting these questions now. They're coming your way.
I would take it one step further. I wouldn't even ask the question. I would observe. You put the roti there, and then you do the. We got to call it.
So you going to an Indian restaurant on a first date? Because to me, that's a red flag. That's a red flag, man.
Roti test. Well, okay. Go to Ask Italian. Go to wherever you're going, some Italian place, some nice place, and you pull out the roti and you put it on the table and you see what happens to it.
Just say, "Oh,
you see what happens to it."
I bought a roti in my foil. Here you go.
I want to see. I just want to see what happens. I want to see what happens, and then you just don't say anything and you just observe what happens. There you go. Roti test.
The first question should be, "Where's the name?"
Okay, you would consider that an adequate response?
I'd consider that an adequate response.
I'm gonna go so far as to say, people say about how if you open the door for the lady and the lady sits in and she should reach over and open the door for you, those type of tests. The roti test is part of that now.
Bang.
ठीक है? अपने बंदे लिए roti test done.
Boss done. Sorted.
Okay.
Now the other one is, this fucked with my head so much. I'm just going to marry a Gordy and eat sandwiches my whole life.
Yeah, I saw that. And I was like, yo.
That was hilarious.
That's the guy who wants to go back in the Matrix. He's that guy, Cypher. He's like, I don't want this, man. This is too much. He's like, put me back in, man. He's the milkman, man. He's doing the ardasan. Please. Baba, please.
He is, man. He is. He's asking for his Gordy right there, man. Honestly. Now we move on to the trolling comments, Karan. Okay.
Right. Okay.
First things first. Someone said the larger guy is telling the thinner one how to eat less roti, and I said, in fairness, it's a really bad. I said, in fairness, it's a really bad camera angle of Karan. He's not that large, I promise. Karan, I'm sorry the camera angle came out bad for you, bro. That sofa just didn't help.
What I'm going to say, and I don't know, Shindy asked me this as well. The Instagram thumbnail.
Yeah.
For the clip from I'm Just Bestie.
I'm Just Bestie chose was one of you scratching your lully.
Yes, and it appears to show me having a tid and man boobs, gynecomastia. I was like, the three worst things, which aren't true. The card obviously is true, but you know what's really funny? You know what's really funny? Before that was posted there, we had 200,000 views on TikTok, and not one person had spotted that.
No one spotted it.
It goes on Instagram for like 2 minutes, and it's like, bang, right? We're going to call that Cargate. Okay, that's what it's called.
And it was spotted by a DJ at Radio 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Harun used to have words.
It was DJ Nish. Right. She clocked it, Karan.
Right.
And I've looked at this clip about a good 100 times. I didn't clock it once.
Yeah.
I didn't clock it once. Yeah. And obviously I had to go back with a comment saying, well, someone's got to look after the 2 tennis ball emojis in it. So, there you go.
And Bully had my back.
Made him laugh.
Shout out to Bully.
He did. He said he had to do it for the ladies.
Ladies. Just to make a point, it wasn't for that reason, obviously, at all. To be honest, again, I didn't know. It's clearly, what do you call it? Subconscious, what was happening.
Yes, it was.
But we'll call that Cargate. And yes, just to reply to the other comment, I am really, really not fat or morta. I do not have gynecomastia, and I don't have a TED, like it's suggested.
What is gynecomastia?
It's the medical name for man boobs.
Oh.
When they take steroids, they get that kind of a saggy boob syndrome. I just made that up. That's obviously not a real thing either.
Wow.
And you can tell that it's off because, look, I've got decent sized arms, but in that clip, my arms are huge. Like, jore, like, my God, I'm lifting, like, and I'm on roids.
Yeah.
I didn't know about that comment, though. But someone called me fat. I don't know how I feel about that.
You're okay, Karan. You're okay.
Cyberbullying करने नु.
You're fine, both. You're fine.
मैं podcast नहीं करना हो, daddy. पास हो.
Daddy, please.
Daddy, please.
Well, Goran got trolled about his scratching his nuts and being looking overweight. I got trolled about my mucha. Someone said if he's gonna flick the much, it's got to be thicker on the edges, or it looks like an ant from the side. And I said, "Yo,
Watch.
that hurt."
Watch.
I said,
Ready?
"Trying time
Ready?
will provide the depth."
Are they? See? See the? You got to have.
No, Goran, I can do that. I can do that. The problem I've got is it doesn't stay up. And when you put wax in, it naturally makes it look thinner. Because my mucha is so long and I've worn it out for so many years having it up, it doesn't hold up anymore. It just drops down immediately.
The moral of the story is Indy can't get it up. That's a soundbite.
Sure.
Thank you very much.
That's
BBC Asian
definitely
Network, if you want to pick that up and you want to push that, host of famous Punjabi podcast comes out on air about stuff.
You fucked it.
Yeah. I was going to say it, but I was like, it's just too mean. I was like, I can't say it.
And the last comment is,
Anji.
you can stab someone with that mucha. I said, Twaddy, that ain't the point of it.
Oh, hey.
There we go. There we
I tell you
go.
what, if they can make emoji of your eyebrows in your face, oh my God. And then do the perv face. There we go. It's just straight on and side on. He just rotates his head.
Sorry to the people who ain't on YouTube watching this, man.
Saleo,
Don't forget to like,
YouTube
comment, subscribe. Don't leave us hanging. Let us know.
ਜਦੋਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਲੰਚ ਟਾਈਮ ਤੇ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਆ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਨੈਟਫਲਿਕਸ ਕੀ ਦੇਖਣਾ ਹੈ ਪ੍ਰਾਈਮ ਕੀ ਦੇਖਣਾ ਡਿਜ਼ਨੀ ਕੀ ਪੈਰਾਮਾਉਂਟ ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ YouTube ਤੇ ਜਾਓ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇੰਡੀ ਤੇ ਡਾਕਟਰ ਪੋਡਕਾਸਟ ਦੇਖੋ ਤੇਰਾ ਬੂਥਾ ਦੇਖੋ ਇਹਦੇ ਆਈਬ੍ਰਾਓ ਦੇਖੋ ਮੇਰਾ ਢਿੱਡ ਨਹੀਂ ਦੇਖੋ That's it. And now
why do you think Aaron's mic is where it is every single week?
Can't scratch anything, can't see it, you can't see it. Where's the hands? Oh, ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਨਹੀਂ ਪਤਾ, you don't know.
There you go, that's it. People, let us know your favorite comment out of those in the comments below. What was the best one? Because some of those really made me laugh. Anyway, we're going to wrap up this segment and we're going to jump into our next part. So, Confessions of a Married Man. Welcome to this segment, people who are new. What we do is we talk about issues that married men face. Doesn't necessarily mean we're going to slag off our wives. Some people think it is purely about that. However, this week, I don't think we have anything bad to say about our wives, do we, Karen? I don't. If anything, I'm sympathising. People can understand why in a second.
Okay. So here's something to do with Sanj, but it's not mean. I see. All right.
There you go.
All right.
I'm not always mean. But anyway, I believe yours is first for this week. You know, we flipped a coin. You won.
Okay. Here you go. So, the event I'm about to describe is actually from a long time ago, as in last year. But for whatever reason, it escaped my mind until very recently, and I thought, I must talk about this on the podcast. So, my wonderful brother-in-law, Amrit, got married last year to Bhavan. So, they are happily married and living happily in Nottingham.
Happily married, living happily.
Yeah. Very happy. And so, during wedding week, in the preparation wedding week, he said, can I borrow some of your ties? So we went wedding shopping for him. He had a couple of outfits already set and he just needed kind of a couple of top-ups, right? And so gave him some ties, no issue, absolutely fine. And then post-wedding, you know, you go back to the house and like stuff is everywhere and you're collecting everything and had bits and bobs lying everywhere. Collected everything, came back, put it in my, you know, in my organized wardrobe here. Then obviously I'm only going to look at it obviously when I need it at the next event. So then it came to an event and pulled out my tie. It's like this sort of white base and it's quite floral. I'd say one of my favorite ties. Definitely like a summer look tie, right? And so I'm tying it and, you know, just going through the motions, doing my double Windsor, just doing it. And I noticed my hand goes somewhere and I was like, oh, feels a bit rough. You know, what's that? Because I don't look at my tie when I'm tying it. I'm just there. I'm just doing my thing, right? Instinct. Right, you know your thing. I'll give you a quick little tip here. Right. How do you stop your tie being too long?
I tend to have to do, I'm kind of like Goldilocks. I got to do 3 attempts. One's too short, one's too long, and then I get the middle.
Which is the correct way to do it. But what I found now is, you know, your buttons on your shirt. So I know it's always going to be between this button and this button and how much. Like I've got a system now. I'm like, if the short bit starts there and the long bit goes over there, more than like 99% of the time, it will be correct. And then I don't overshoot as much. Anyway, so then I look at the tie, which I said, like I said, it's not normal for me. And I noticed that the tie has been injured. That's all I think at this point, right? I'm just like, there's part of the tie missing, right? And you can see the stuffing, you know, the whatever's inside the tie is coming out. And I'm just like,
oh,
so
no.
I'm just like, I'm not sure. I'm at this point, I'm not sure what's happened because I've never seen tie. Let's call it tie trauma, TT. Tie trauma, right? And I'm just really confused. And I think I'm just sitting there in shock until Shindy walks in. She's like, what's happened? I'm like, I don't know what's happened to my tie. It's like, I don't know, it has a...
Karan was distraught.
Confused, perplexed, in shock maybe. I was like, has a mouse got to this? Is this a chuha that come? Like, I don't know. What's been nibbling on it? Like, did you get hungry, Shindy? Start eating my tie? Like, is this, were we on the dance floor and you just, you know, just, I don't know. What's happening, man? But I don't even know. That obviously.
It's a rage. Yeah.
Happened. So then Shindy says, yeah, you might want to sit down. I'm like, oh, God. You might want to sit down. So Indy knows this from when I'm teaching medical students. Remember we teach them how to give warning shots, Indy?
Oh, you're breaking bad
warning
news,
shots, right? Warning shots. Unfortunately, I'm sorry to say, these type of primers, right? You may want to sit down. You might as well have bought the, you know, the box of tissues, said, do you want someone else to be here with you? I want to tell you. All right. So I'm just like, oh my God. So then she's like, there was an incident. Second warning shot. And then, you know, when it dawns on you, this is like, you know, when in like American crime scenes, when they make something look like a suicide and then it dawns upon them, this is no accident, right? This is intentional.
Yes. And then you see all the extra cutscenes that weren't involved.
Like, oh, and it all makes sense. It all makes sense.
Like, ooh.
Yeah. And you're like, I'm like, this wasn't an accident. Somebody did this. Somebody had enough malice to do this. Who would do this? And then she's like, oh, what's that scene from that? Oh, you don't watch The Office, do you? US Office.
The US Office, yes.
You do, right. There's a scene where, you know, Oscar the accountant, yeah? He's looking at Dwight and they found out that Dwight and Angela were having sex in the office. And he's like, where did you do it, Dwight? And he keeps looking at him. And he's like, where, Dwight? And he's like, no. So Shindy was like, you know who? You know. And I'm like, no. She's like, it can't be, right? So it's one of those scenarios. And so it came out basically that my brother-in-law, my wonderful, lovely brother-in-law, shout out to Legacy Electrical. That's his company. He's an excellent electrician. He just chopped through my tie. He kenchied it.
How?
He kenchied it.
Why do you have a genchi and chop your tie? I don't understand.
Is the question, isn't it? That's the right question, Andy. I'm happy you got there.
Why do you have scissors near a tie?
It's not near a tie. I don't think he keeps it near his ties, but he went to go and find a kenchi to apply to the tie.
Why did he want to cut the tie in the first place?
So then, and this is the thing, at this point, he's not even told me. So I only know because Shindy's told me, right? So then I speak to him. I'm like,
wait, hang on. Hold on. But on Shindy's part, she knew and she didn't tell you until you were going to use the tie.
In her defense, she'd forgotten. She had told him to tell me. He hadn't told me, and she'd forgotten, which I believe. Anyway, so I'm around him at some.
I feel like she was in on it. I feel like she cut it with him, and then tried to throw him under the
scapegoat.
Bus. Let us play the cutscene out in our heads, Karan. She was going to put surma on his eyes during the wedding day, and he said, "No, I need you to help me cut something from my outfit. I need you to cut the length of my bug down." And it was the same color as the tie. And Shindy was half asleep.
Look at you making stories. So I was like, bro, so what happened? And so I'm expecting this kind of like elaborate story that, like, you know, maybe still kind of benefit down. Maybe it still was an accident. I don't know how you accidentally cut tie, but how you accidentally keep cutting the tie. But I was like, I got to hear this. He goes, yeah, I was tying the tie. And the short bit of the tie, the narrower bit, the smaller bit, kept getting longer than the other bit. And so I didn't like it, so I chopped it.
Right. Oh, my days. So he didn't think that there was a problem with the way he was applying the hand technique. He thought, no. This is a tidy problem. This is not a meaty problem. No, exactly. Okay. Tidy problem, yeah? What do you do?
So your brother-in-laws, you got 2, yes?
I do have, well, technically,
Technically.
I got 3. 2 on Sandra's side, 1 on my side.
3, yeah. Thing is, my brain always goes to Suk when I think brother-in-law.
It does.
Because we speak to Suk a lot. Yeah, so you got 3. Now, the thing with the brother-in-law relationship is it's unique, right? But it's generally not like a I can shout at you type relationship, right? Well, okay, maybe you get shouted at.
That's the thing, right? When you're the butcher, you get shouted at.
Okay, well, we're very similar age, so it's just like how far do you go with that? And the thing is, the thing for me is I wasn't angry, but to this day I can't understand what possessed him to cut the tie. Like, I really
are all his ties cut?
No.
Are all his ties cut? This is what I'm gonna ask.
Then so his point was he didn't actually know it was my tie. He thought it was his tie, and he was cutting his own tie, which makes it a little better. But I was like, bro, you still don't cut your own ties, man.
I'd love to see his school tie. How many years later?
Yeah. Should I go and get the tie? You want to see it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, wait there. Keep talking.
Go on, go. I'm just cleaning my nose a little bit, people, because I'm a little bit ill. As always. If anyone's got any remedies that they want to tell me on how to solve my constant bamar and illness, drop it in the comments and let me know what you want me to do. Because it's a tough life, man. Always having a cold, sounding bunged up. And then for certain days in the year, I'm actually okay. But not now. No. Hay fever season's coming, isn't it? Hay fever season in England is Galakatab. And yes, I know, I am Jot. Yes, I know, I shouldn't be having hay fever. Yes. Anyway, Karan's back now. Yes, I see the tie.
Beautiful tie. Beautiful.
That's a nice tie. Oh. Yes, I do see
all
the tie.
All here.
Anji.
All not here.
Oh my days. Jesus, man. You can still use it in fairness.
Who cuts the tie?
He turned it into one of those sock ties at the end. You know that how it had the straight tie and it had the cut off at the bottom. I had a tie like that once. It was okay, and then I was told it looked shit.
Like Karate Kid.
There we go.
Should we do that for the episode?
Yeah, you could actually. Go on.
I'm actually watching Cobra
the episode.
Kai now.
I think you should.
Daniel-san.
Finally,
Mr. LaRusso. It's
good shit. That.
I'll wait for the segment. There we
go. Good lad. I like it. I like that plan. So there we go. Goran's tie, R.I.P. You'll still wear it. I know you will. It's okay.
I'm trying to find a replacement.
I have faith in you.
Good. What's your confession?
And you got another one, are you done?
Yes. Okay. Oh, yeah.
One more.
Okay, fine. Second one. I'm doing a medical assessment, right? Man, guy comes in. He's similar age to us. Part of the assessment, I need blood pressure, various things, examination. And I happen to glance at his hands. Part of the examination, I have to look at the nails. His nails are so long. And I'm like, bro, I don't even want to touch your hands by accident. Like, why are you not...
How long are we talking, Karan?
Just, like, long, man. I'm just like, why are your fingernails...
Okay, is it so long that you have to use the nail cutter twice on the same nail to get it off?
Easy. I'm like, bravo. I'm not like...
Jesus.
I'm not like benefit of doubt long. There are some people like it should be really short all the time, right? Those people overkill. I can't really see your cameras. Yeah.
Can't see it clearly. Benefit of the doubt long. Yeah.
But this guy's was so long. And I was like, bravo, take some shut man. Take some pride. Yeah,
pride.
Not shut man. Take some pride. And the thing is, I became so fixated. It was very hard. And just to make this clear, this is not a patient in a hospital that I'm talking about. This is like in like a private company. This is
separate work you're doing.
So I'm not neglecting patients in a hospital or anything. And his nails just...
He doesn't want to be taken to court for the patient neglect or anything.
His nails are just so long, and I'm like, I was like, then my eyes were fixated on that. I wasn't listening to what he was saying. Then I started thinking about his feet. I was like, his feet must be 3 times as long. He must be like poking out the shoe. He must have those long... Yeah, have you seen what happens to nails when they keep growing?
He must have holes in
all
the
socks. You know what happens to nails when they go really long? They start curling like this, and you get like... Yeah,
start
yeah, yeah. And I was
curling,
like,
yeah,
oh, he's going to have that. I was like, oh. And the thing is, I wanted to really say to him, you know, like when you have that voice saying, Kede, 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 say it to him, say it to him. And I'm like,
Yeah,
you know, he just comes like, cut your nails, please. Sorry? Just cut your nails.
You'll be sitting there saying, so hi, cut your nails. How you
Sorry,
doing?
what?
Sorry,
What?
Mr. Jones, what?
Yeah, one of those ones.
Oh, God.
And yeah, and then he left. And then again, I was still a bit spaced out thinking about his nails. I was just like,
The fact that it's lived in your head rent free for this long and you wrote it
Do you know
down
what
as
I
a
mean?
confession, it's a
Do you know what I
pretty
mean?
big deal. So clearly it impacted
man.
you.
I'm thinking like, you know, that person is then having contact with other people. It's like, how does he not scratch them? Oh, and while I'm on this point, long nails. Ladies, you get their nails done, right? Now, I understand fake nails. I know it's a thing. French nails, fake nails, gels, all that kind of stuff, right? But there are some girls whose nails are like this long. Okay? Like Edward Scissorhands long. And I'm like,
Yeah.
do you think this makes you more attractive? Number one, okay? Number two, okay, when they're a little bit long, I've seen how girls type, and it is a little harder, right? Because you have to use this part of the thing, and when the typing is like, it is clearly harder. But when your nails are this long, Salio, like how are your hands, jehde hath Rabb ne ditte hain, how are they functional?
So there was a TikTok clip of a teenage girl being given nail extensions by her mum.
Right.
I think it was a while ago I saw this. And she put a coin on the floor and she laid the coin flat and she said, right, pick up that coin with
She
those
said that
nails
to who?
attached.
The mom said to her.
I think it was to her daughter or something, and she couldn't do it. She was getting
The
frustrated
daughter was?
at trying to do it. Yeah. And she said to her, this is what it's like having these nails. If you want them, you've got to understand how to fix this problem. So go on, figure it out. She couldn't do it. She's getting frustrated. But it's a good reality to show you that no matter how good it looks, it sometimes isn't that practical. So best not to have it done, eh?
I'm going to stop you right there. Exactly. It doesn't look good, though, does it? There's clearly an optimal length. You do the graph, they're like nail extensions. Like fake nails. You like fake nails?
No, I'm not bothered, man. I'm lucky that Sanj has nice nails anyway, naturally, so she
Fine.
doesn't
But
need to do
if
that.
you saw it on a lady, you're okay with it. But there's clearly a length where it gets too long and you're like, yo, that's just, like I said, Edward Scissorhands. I'm like, that's just like, do you know what I mean? It's scary, man. And that's for a lady. But for a banda, it's obviously much less that threshold. Don't have long nails in it.
Yeah, guys have to have really little nails. I started noticing this nail shit years ago. You know, in TV and films, if you watch films or scenes where their hands are on show, their nails are cut perfectly.
they have
like they
manicured.
have the tiniest bit of like nail at the end, so it's just right. And I think, yeah, that's probably how it should
They
be.
probably have,
Definitely.
they have a team.
None of this whole like nibbling on your fingernails for like months and you can't see like any of it. And, yeah, none of that. What would you rather have, nibble fingernails or long fingernails? I'd take the nibbles every day.
Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, I have to agree with you, I think. It's less
Gotta
your
take the
two
nibbles,
evils, isn't it? Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
anyway.
It is definitely. Look at your face.
Too much
You're
nails,
cringing.
man. Too much nail talk. Yeah.
Oh man, I feel that. I remember when I came to film the podcast at your sister's and I hadn't cut my nails and I asked your sister for a nail cutter and she said, I'm so glad you asked because I was going to say you need to cut your nails.
Oh,
And I said,
damn.
yes, I know. I hadn't had time. Like I woke up, I did a bunch of stuff for the pod and then I drove to yours and I thought, shit, I hadn't done it because I showered and I forgot. That's it. It was the order, man. But I'm glad we did it.
That's where the
'cause
clip
that's
came
resulted
from.
in something
There you
significant,
go.
hasn't it?
There you
So
go.
there we go. It worked out
So,
well.
moral
It
of the
worked out well.
story. Tu aaya kar. Dur place.
Cut your nails.
That's it. Chal, what's your confession?
So what have I got? I need to just recap. You know, I've been so deep in your confessions, I forgot about mine. All right, so I met my father-in-law this weekend.
Oh,
and
it's
we all
been a
went
while
to-
since we had a story about the father-in-law.
It has
Wait
been
till
a
you get
while, it
away.
has been a
Wait, did
while.
you drive? You didn't
No,
drive.
I didn't.
Did he fix
No, public
something in your
transport.
house?
No, public transport because we met him at a neutral location.
You're learning.
We went to go
You're
and
learning.
meet him.
Yeah.
We went to meet him at Jawala in East Ham. Not Jaiwala.
I was about to say, is it
There's a place called
Chaiwala or Chawala?
No, it's Jawala. It's a very
Spelling?
old restaurant in East Ham. CHAWALA.
It is actually Chawala.
Walla. Yeah. It's
Oh, the place
properly
you want to
spelled
take
like
us?
that. Like, I think it's run by Desi's. Yes, I do at some point. Yes. But I'm happy to give him a shout on the podcast. People, if you're ever in East Ham on Green Street, go and check it out because it's definitely worth it. The food is sensational. So you get in, it's a bit of an old cuisine setup. You don't think anything great's going to come out, and the food is spectacular. Reasonably priced. It's great. So we sit there, me, my sister-in-law, Sanj, and Dad. And they're talking about lassi, and they put out the lassi, and someone's giving my dad a lassi, and he's having a sip of it.
What flavor?
And I can't remember. I think he had a vanilla one.
Oh, vanilla lassi. Right? Okay.
He had a vanilla one, yeah. So he was drinking that, all good. And Sanj said, "Oh, Dad makes the best lassis, man." I said, "Dad, how do you make lassi? I've never tried it before." He said, "Yeah, you have ice, you have yogurt, you blend it together. Sometimes you put banana."
Yeah.
I was like, banana here? And I was sitting there for a good few seconds, and I thought, they've just let this
sorry.
by. I was like, "Dad,
did you react straight away?
Banana here?"
So you heard it, and it was it registered in process?
I heard it. No, I was like, the fuck's banana? I said, "Dad, banana is like banana." I was like, "Oh, you mean gelle?" He's like, "Huh?" I said, "Why don't you just say gelle? I understand gelle." Right? But he's used
Punjabi.
this like British, this Englishism on the end of it, made it sound Punjabi. Banana.
For some reason, it sounds dirty.
Banana.
It does, doesn't it? It's like,
it does. It sounds like a
no,
banana.
it sounds like mummy. That's what it sounds like. Mamme pade shake che.
Mamme. Banana.
You know what I mean? It's like
None is banana. Your mum is banana.
Yeah, that's.
Oh God.
Just to clarify one point. In the context of, say you gave Dad a fruit, he would call it. Would he always call it banana, or will he call it banana?
No, he normally calls it gelle, I think.
But the word banana, does he use the word banana or not?
I don't know, I've never sat there and said, "Dad, tell me the assortment of fruits you have in the kitchen."
That's
when I
the
get
next
to him.
question. Yeah.
That's the next step. The next time I see him, I'll try and run through this test. I'm like, "Dad, have you got any
yellow-shaped fruit?"
Yeah.
Yellow-shaped? Yellow-colored, sorry.
Yes.
Yellow-shaped.
Yellow-shaped fruit.
Have you
got any of those?
Dirty galla na karya kar. What does he call you, by the way?
Have you got any of
what
those?
What does he call you? What was like his title for you?
In the
full,
Vid. Every
full.
time in the Vid.
Okay.
Yeah, in the Vid. The elder generation have this thing where they need to call you your full name. It's just how it is.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
So you called him out on banana.
That's it. That was that. It cracked me up, man. It was good seeing everyone.
So
but
good.
from there, me and Sanj went to a light show in
Oh,
London.
yeah.
The Beams.
Big did it. I seen your post, you bad man. You Neo.
Yeah.
Bending that light at that.
I did. So it was good. Yes, and I saw it because my brother Bal sent it to me on TikTok, on Instagram. He sent it to me and he said, "Here." And I thought, "Oh, cool, I'll take Sanj." And Sanj said, "Did you plan this or did Bal plan it?" I said, "Bal planned it because he sent it to me. It's not my fault that it's near the flat. And it just happens to be in East London. And it's in a warehouse that's near East Ham, High Street.
Nice.
So yeah, it's in Canning Town. Check them out, guys. It's called The Beams London. Type it in and it'll come up. It's a full light show. If you have epilepsy, don't go because it's not good for you. But definitely worth going. It's a bit cold, I'd say. But some of the lights are fantastic. I'm going to try and make a little reel out of it on Instagram when I get time. But yeah, man, definitely worth it. A lot of fun.
Top medical tip. I remember when I did my pediatric blocks, it's a long time ago, I was a fifth year medical student. But if you're someone who suffers from epilepsy and light is one of the triggers, if you cover one of the eyes, it's virtually impossible to have a seizure. So that's what, yes.
Really?
So strobe lighting, things like that, cover one of the eyes. And you...
So if you're ever in a place where you need to cover your eye, just put an eye patch on. Or if you want to go to a light show, you put an eye patch on. Is that the way forward?
That's what was taught to me. I mean, obviously, don't expose yourself to it. Don't take the risk. It's just that it definitely reduces the risk of it happening. I'm not saying it's like 100% like cure or preventive measure. It's just so I wouldn't advocate somebody going there and trying to test it as a method. I'm saying if you happen to be in a scenario where strobe lighting happens to be upon you, then that's what you should do.
Or just close both eyes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's absolutely fine. That's it.
That's
you enjoy
not
the show, huh? You just walk around with blindfold. Very good.
Yeah,
I had a good time.
You think it was SpongeBob? You're living in heaven, mate.
Morsel, mate. No, not heaven.
Yeah, heaven. Heaven is a place.
Yeah,
It's called Warsaw.
Yeah. And you haven't got the gateway there, have you?
There we go.
There you go.
So we had that. That was cool. And unfortunately, I was ill for the last few days. As you saw, we had a call on Friday night. I was dying. Saturday, still dying. Sunday, ill. But I made Sanja ill. She never gets ill. And now she's ill. She's lying in bed in the next room.
She's still ill?
I'm going to check on her in a sec. Yeah. Got the full cold, everything.
Have you given her the whoop? Give her the whoop.
So I gave her the illness. I'm not giving her my whoop. No, that's
on
for
your
me.
what's on
That's
your
my
left hand?
recovery.
A green thing?
Nothing. It's an elastic. I'm just playing with an elastic.
That's a normal elastic band.
No, this is for like this is to keep together a foam roller I have that's made of 2 wooden planks. It just holds it together.
Oh, okay. I was gonna make fun of you about that other thing. Tell everyone about that thing you got when you were really into climbing. To strengthen your fingers.
I still got
It's so
it.
funny.
I still
Guys,
use it.
he came to my house. No, like zero context. But
I
listen,
still use it.
Listeners, zero context. He's standing there talking to me. I think this is when you and Gopi came around. We were planning that shoot or whatever for me, the medical shoot. And you just started going,
Yes.
and I'm like, what are you doing? He didn't explain anything. He started twiddling his fingers. Look.
There are these resistance like hand things where you put your fingers in and you essentially extend your hand and close it, extend your hand and close it. And each thing has a different resistance setting. That's it.
This is why he's Spidey Sing. He's got the Spidey tingle sense.
Was Spidey Sing. I don't climb anymore.
You could.
I used to.
When the need comes, you can do it.
Well, I'm coming back onto the main point now, which is I've hurt my back badly. So I can't do anything. I can't go gym, nothing. No. This is like an all-time high bad. Like I can't bend over or
when did this
anything. It's
happen?
bad. This happened progressively over the last week. It's gotten bad. And then over the last few days, it's been so bad that I had to take painkillers to go to sleep. So not good.
What triggered it?
I think it was sleeping on a different mattress at my mum's, sitting in a different chair for a while, and then going to restaurants that don't have backs on the seat. So it's a stool, so you're leaning forward. And then your back's in a weird position. And then gradually it's just gotten worse and worse.
Seats that don't have a back. Oh, stool.
So you know whenever you sit on a stool and they're like little stools and loads of restaurants had this. They sit you on benches. They don't sit you on chairs.
Oh, open benches like a garden bench. Yeah, no back. Yeah.
Yes, and it's like, just give me something with a back on so I can at least support
But don't you
myself.
do that technique where you have straight back and you just lean forward and put your arms on the table? Like this?
Yeah, but naturally your back's going to fatigue and you're going to round a little bit, aren't you? And I fidget a lot.
You fidget too.
So, yeah. It's been tough. I've been lying on the floor with an electric blanket on, trying to warm my back up to try and get some blood flow back in. It's helping, but it's going to take me a few days.
Why don't you
to
get one of those, those bra things you can get from Amazon that keeps your back straight? You know, the thing you wear.
Because that's not what you're supposed to do.
I know you're not supposed to do.
It's essentially it's the equivalent of putting yourself in a full Nelson all day.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
But not all day. But I'm just saying
But that doesn't fix your your back at all.
This is not a solution for fixing the back. I'm saying if you're in a scenario where you don't have back support, like in a restaurant, it's a temporary thing. Whip it on, and then at least you're maintaining posture for that period. I'm not saying all day. It's not a fix for your back. I'm saying it's to stop the back getting bad or going to spasm.
Bro, that is effort to put on a thing like that in there. You're going to ruin your outfit. You're going to put it on underneath. Are you going to go to the toilet and go and change and put it on?
That's it. Look, your Spidey thing. You put your uniform costume on, put your suit on. You look. If you want to be an Avenger, you got to wear your bra. Okay.
I'm not doing that.
You put your bra on, and then you eat your banana, and that's it. Life complete.
Life done. So the other thing is, I bought Sanja a hot water bottle years ago. She's never used it because the flat's warm. I started using it. It started leaking.
Oh, bloody hell.
Can't use that one anymore. So Sanja had to buy a new one today for me.
What did you go traditional? This one or the long tubey one?
I got it here. Hang on.
He's gone to get it. Come on, guys. What are you thinking? Square, oval, rectangle? Oh, he's gone for traditional. Yeah, traditional. Here you go.
There we go. Lol. Traditional. But I sat there on the floor, lying down on my front, hot water bottle on my back, and I thought, I've turned into my dad, because this is what my dad had to do every time he threw his back out. I really am the son of CSK, and it kind of hurts me a little bit, because I told myself I would never let this happen to me, but it's happening. So I got to go away and address my body a little bit and fix why I keep on getting back pain to this extreme. Because I ain't going to be like dad and have these problems one day, man. I can't do it.
Yeah. I know you got a normal MRI, but obviously it isn't the whole story. So, and I know you were seeing a chiropractor before. So I don't know if there's a role maybe for massage or stretching or yoga or Pilates.
I don't know, man. I enrolled on this movement program years ago. I just haven't done it because I've been stretched for time. But I might have to bump it on my priority list and start doing it more and more at home.
That's it. Look, as long as you don't stop doing the podcast work.
A lot of the times when it comes to your back, it's never a problem with your back. It's a problem with something else and your back is overcompensating. So there's normally a muscle that links to a muscle that links to a muscle. So let's say at the moment I have a tight right groin, which is linked to your psoas, and your psoas is linked in front of your back, and they work in tandem. So if your psoas gets tight, your back gets tight, that gets tight, everything starts doing this kitching. And you just need to release it all.
The fact that your groin is tight, I don't think I want to know. I don't think listeners want to know that. I think whatever issues you have with your groin.
Hey, man, I'm just telling you bodily anatomy things that you as a doctor should know, but don't know because you're a general practitioner, aren't you?
No, I'm not a GP.
You pretty much are, though.
GP works in GP land. I work in a hospital.
But you said every ER doctor is basically a general doctor. Like you don't specialize. You're a general practitioner. That's why I said general practitioner.
My specialty is acute internal medicine. That's the name of my specialty.
What does that mean?
So I deal with medical emergencies. So that's the specialty we're in.
Doesn't every doctor do that?
Some doctors only work on wards, don't they? Ward doctors. Or they only work in outpatients. Or they only work in GP.
But if they needed to work in the emergency ward, they could, no?
No, not anymore. Everyone does it in the initial part of their training. Everyone does it. And then you just, once you've left, you left. That's why COVID was so interesting, because all those, well, even the doctor strikes. So those are doctors who work on the wards, the consultants were brought into the ER, basically, into ED. And they were like,
they were taken back to their training days.
How do we manage this? What do we do here? But the thing is, because they're all consultants, you just ask your mate, you're like, what should I do here? So it was interesting times. And actually, on that note, another 4 days have been planned for the strike. The Mondays.
I got the clips ready in the chamber, mate. The second it starts coming out again, I'm going to put them out on TikTok and see what happens. Look at the hate you're going to get for it, for saying that patients are the problem, Karan. Do you want to rescind your statement?
Who was I speaking to about this as well? I said they're part of the problem. I didn't say they're the whole problem. And it's not.
I'm not going to make the clips like that.
No. It's just more ranting in me, isn't it? Culture, isn't it? The culture needs to change. That's it. I was filming something else the other day, and one of the hosts asked me the question. They said, how do you fix the NHS? And I was just basically talking about this thing again, about how culture needs to change. But yeah, another 4 days of strikes are planned. The first day being a bank holiday Monday. Yeah.
It's quite wild.
So that's it.
There we have it. All right, next segment. Doctor, you have questions for me, so I'm ready. I'm sitting here waiting.
I have a question for you. I wonder if people enjoy when I do these little parody.
I don't know. I doubt it. I really doubt it.
No one says anything. So, guys, when I do that, and I go, confessions of a brown Monday, and I do all that stuff. Do you like it? Do you like it when I just do my little drop some bars? That's the menu, huh?
Tell us in the comments. Thank you.
Hanji. So, I forgot what that first question was now. I have to go back to the sheet. Yeah. Okay. In the bead.
Hanji.
This question has sub-questions. So, in your bathroom, right? In the bathroom.
Bathroom, yeah.
Oh, it's a bathroom now, is it? Is it bathroom?
I say both, mate. I don't know what you're talking about.
So, yeah, because I'm a posh boy, innit? I'm the milkman. Right, that's right. I've come to collect your bottles, love. That's right, I'll take the empties. All right, then.
That's disgusting.
I don't know what it means. It's just the way you say it can make it sound. Hello, I'm milkman. I want to give you a banana.
Disgusting.
Right, so, in the bathroom, in your bathroom.
Hanji.
How many toilet rolls should one have?
So
after the current one has been finished, how many are ready for substitution?
So
how many substitutes? Right, that's what we're going to. How many are on the bench? Toilet rolls. There we go. You see how many football reference. Yeah.
We used to have 3 on the side waiting.
3 on the bench, right?
But now we've kind of gone back to keeping 1, and then when it runs low, go and run and get the other one out of the washing cupboard.
Supply cupboard. Is that because of the manager? You had a change of managers?
No, I think we both just naturally started doing it. That's all.
Who's the owner? Who's the manager?
Well, I did the food shopping, so I technically get all the toilet rolls in it. So yeah.
So you're the manager.
So technically, I am the manager. I could change it if I wanted to.
But Sanj is the owner of the club.
All right, mate. All right. Yeah. All right. I get it. It's over. Okay. Jesus.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm genuinely asking who's the manager and who's the bloody. I was like, oh, I know what you're trying to say. I know you've said it now. Just move on. Please move on. Right. So, sorry. So your answer was you have one which is currently in use and you have one spare.
We don't have any spare in the toilet. It's always just the one in use. When it's running low, go and get the other one.
So why is that? Would you not prefer to have one go to?
I should do. You know what, mate? It's something that I've never thought about for a long time.
Is this all right? Here's a key question because I have very strong space is important because I have strong feelings. Like if you're going to have provision for substitutes on the bench, there needs to be a way to house them aesthetically and nicely.
Yes.
You can't. I mean, there's some people you go to the houses, right? And clearly, and Desi people love doing this wholesale, right? They have the wholesale 24 pack.
Yeah.
Which we have in, so we have that in the main cupboard, but we decant from that and have a smaller supply, which is ready for use. But these lot put the whole 24 in the bathroom, and I'm like, okay, that's fine. You spent all this money on the bathroom, and then you got this plastic sheet. It's like at a wedding when you put plastic fizzy bottles on the table with all that deco you paid for. You don't do that, right? You decant. Yes. Decanting is key. I don't know when this became a rant, but now it's a rant. Okay, so for example, if you come to our bathroom, which you've been to many times, yes, Indy, come on in.
Can I just say, shout out to Bal here. In his single days, when you would go to his toilet, he had the full 24 just whacked on the floor. He just extracted one and put it on the toilet roll. That's it. It was just like the full pack was down the floor. And it was like the pack had been like torn apart.
Yeah, that's it. It's never a neat cut with a Kenchi or a box cut. It's always this and like you've been Christmas presents. And it's always that weird plastic where it's like you've melted it and it stretches. Yeah. So you've been to my bathroom, right? So you know that in the corner there's a brown thing which is for kapre, and then there's a smaller container which looks like the son of the main container, which I don't know if you ever had to look in because it's always changed.
I've never looked in. It's normally replenished.
Yeah, exactly. It's replenished. But there are toilet rolls in there. We have a minimum of 3. 3 are in there. 1 is on the thing. Right. Okay. This isn't actually the thing. I was just wanting to know what you do.
Okay.
When the toilet roll is on the thing,
yes,
right, you've got the toilet roll on the roll. Should the paper be over like this, or should the paper be under like this?
You know what? This doesn't bother me at all. It really doesn't bother me. I'm open to either. I think naturally it would make sense if it was under, so you can pull. But in some workplaces, when you have the pull effect, sometimes if the toilet paper's fresh and it's got the little lid on top that you can't extract because the cleaner only has a key to it, when you start pulling, it rips early. And you don't get your number of squares that you want to do the wiping. That's a problem. But at home, I think it's normally under. Yeah, it is normally under.
You're absolutely incorrect.
Why?
And somebody did a little diagram on this. Just correct me if I'm wrong. What hairstyle is a mullet?
The one that's dagging at the back?
Yeah. They said that is the wrong way to have toilet paper. That's what most people do wrong. And I've made it a personal mission now. It should hang over the top.
Why?
I don't know why, but that is the correct. I had to look
if you don't know why, tell me why you
I
feel
will
so
come back
strongly
to you.
about this.
I'll come back. You know what, I'll tell you why. 1 second.
Look at you and your inherited beliefs that you're just discovering from other people. Some would think that you've been baptized. What do you mean? I'm going to keep talking.
I'm asking the source.
Oh, you're asking the source. Okay.
Toilet roll. Why does it go over and not under?
Because you pull it straight from there. You don't have to touch the wall. And if you look on...
All I can hear is Shindy just shouting in the background.
Yeah.
That way. So it's very obvious.
Right. There's 2 reasons Shindy has given.
Go on.
One is, if it's on top, it's easier just to pull away than if it's under because you have to touch the wall. But the main reason is if you look at the Andrex puppy on the branding, it shows it in the correct position.
Fuck off. That's the reason why. So a company told you this is the way to do it. Similar to how
all companies
invented breakfast, and they said it's the most important meal of the day.
Yeah.
I wonder why they fucking did that.
It is. Breakfast is a very important meal of the day.
No, it's not.
You're saying it's not important? Breakfast is not important? I think we need to have discussions.
I don't think it's that important. You can skip it. If breakfast is so unimportant, people skip it. No one skips dinner. Thank you.
Okay.
I'll rest my case.
Okay. We will take it to the people. People, tell us, is it the fringe or is it the mullet? Because I know, because I've seen it in so many different places, that it is the thing. But you're saying you're impartial to both. You don't really care. But I've made it a personal mission now. Wherever I see this injustice, insafi, there's another word for you. Like that.
Oh, God.
What's that word you liked last week I said? That Punjabi. Khatarnak. Khatarnak. You
Yeah,
really like that,
Khatarnak's a
didn't you?
banging word. I learned
Right,
that
so-
at uni when I couldn't speak any Punjabi. It was great.
Insafi, okay? Injustice.
In
Right.
Safi, nice.
When this happens, I take the toilet roll, flip it around, and I present it down.
Bayania. I feel it.
How many pieces of paper for a wipe?
4?
Number 2.
4?
Bit like
squares?
the roti. All right, bit like the roti one. Do you double them
Here
up?
we go. Here we
Do you double
go.
them up, or do you have them single and you just scrunch them and then do the?
No,
the
you
wipe?
do the double up, man. What are you doing? You
Double
have
up,
4 and
absolutely.
you fold again to
Absolutely.
make it into
Absolutely.
another rectangle. That way you've got a
Absolutely.
triple ply wipe.
Absolutely. I completely agree with you there.
Jesus.
But you know there are people out there who use one piece of square. Per
No,
wipe.
no.
You know there are people like that,
no,
and you're
no.
like, bro, your ungliyan are going straight through the paper. There's no way. If they're not going through the paper, you're clearly not cleaning hard enough, and that's not what you're doing.
Oh my God. Oh, you're killing me, man. People use re-examine your life, man. You know what? I'll sponsor you to have a bidet if you do this. Okay, if you need one toilet paper,
That is
thing.
one of the reasons why I love traveling to Italy, by the way, because they have a bidet everywhere. It's like it just comes
Do
as
they?
standard.
Interesting.
Standard. The Italians are very clean when it comes to bum cleaning. Now they have the classical bidet, which is the toilet and the separate bidet, whereas India have adopted the hand bidet, which you've seen at my house everywhere. The handheld showers.
Yes.
Where,
Yes.
you can clean your bum.
Yes.
But then, like, I'll tell you what, when we went to Greece last year, oh my God, they had a situation where it was like, you can't flush anything down the toilet, right? Number one. So you're cleaning your ass, obviously, with normal paper. But we bought these, like, flushable wipe things. But again, we're still thinking that would be a good solution because they wouldn't have the bidet or whatever, but we still couldn't flush those. And then they didn't have a bin in the bathroom. So I'm like, you want me to clean my ass? And then where do you want me to put the tissue? So we had to put our own black bags out. In the feedback, this is Airbnb, I actually sent them an Amazon link from Greece. I was like, install these to clean your people's chittar, man. If we can't flush stuff, we need the bidet, man. And you haven't got room for a full bidet, so put this hand action shower on there. That's what
Yes.
Seva was doing. You know?
Jesus, man, look at you. Nice guy.
Nice guy. So yeah, bro.
Jesus, Karan. That was eventful. Thank you for that. What other question do you have?
Right. So, other question is, okay. So, cast your mind back to when Buddy got married.
Yes.
You're how old? Younger man?
20.
Oh yeah, no, your sister. You're really young for. Okay, yeah. So you're 20. So you're of age, right? Now, one of Buddy's events is happening. One of the wedding functions, not the main day. Although, no, actually, let's say, all right, main day. Tika. Main day, the Ananda College has happened. The Anand Saab has happened. Tika. For some unknown reason, it becomes like this unwritten rule that everybody's like, oh, now we're going to congratulate each other. They're quiet for everything else, but now it's like, oh, we're allowed to talk now.
Yes.
I'm not going to get into that. That's completely wrong. They shouldn't. But you, as the brother, what was said to you when people were shaking your hand?
Vadaya.
Yeah, for what? For what?
He got married?
Yeah. For why are you getting the bidet?
Because it's my congratulations.
Right. So last week at one of my cousin's events, my cousin, same age as me, my dad, who's her Tayaji, said to her, congratulations. And she was like, for what? This is one of the wedding events. She's like, it's just whatever, that event. And she's like, oh. And I was standing there and I was like, content, right? Because I was like, in our generation, we just don't say that. I don't know. It might be different. I think as the parent, like when you have kids, right? When I have kids and they get married, let's say, then maybe you'll say congratulations, right? But beyond that, like, I'm just like, it's just, I don't know. I find it really weird to like congratulate the person. That makes sense. But these other ishtays, like congratulations on your this.
I think they can't go up to them and say congratulations because they're sitting there. So they pass it on to the next of kin. Whether that's mum, dad, brother, sister, whatever. like done.
Brick
That's
stick.
what they do.
You're
I think
talking about,
that's
yeah. No,
That's
I
the
think, look,
logical thing to do.
in the wedding scenario, that makes sense. Although everyone is going to give shuggan at some point. So they do get kind of like
Yeah, but
FaceTime
even
with the
if,
couple.
say, taking it away from the wedding, let's say like,
Yeah.
if your sister had a baby, right?
Yeah.
I'll message you a congrats.
No. That's different. I'm talking about in-person scenario. This was a small event. Dad had already congratulated the person whose event it was.
Okay.
But it's just my cousin was so confused. So shout out to Preeti, yeah? She wanted to shout on the podcast. She's an avid listener of the podcast. She actually quotes the podcast back to me.
Isn't that weird when people do that? I'm like, wait, what? I said that.
They know
When did I
it.
say that?
She knows it more than I know it. She's like, I really laughed at this bit. And I was like,
Is
what
she
bit?
Team
And
Indy?
she tells me. That's a good point. See,
Does she realise that sometimes you are difficult? Does she realise this?
She's very loyal to me. That's all I'm going to
for
say.
God's
But
sake.
of recent times, the things she's told me have not been about us arguing. So I don't know if she's Team Indy.
Acha, okay.
Well, ask her though. She'll listen to this. So I'll ask her if she's Team Indy or Team. She calls me
Bullies
Veer.
me, man.
She calls me
Every
Veer, by the
week.
way.
Every week he bullies me, man. Teasing me
All right,
about my
man.
IBS. Every week.
Yeah, and then I get lactose intolerant. So then
Kya?
okay. Yeah. I know that's what your secret dance is, Baba
I
ji.
flipped the table,
Baba
bhai.
ji, Baba ji, £10, please. I know IBS.
Yes,
de do.
that's fine. I give him IBS, and he's like,
Yeah.
I'll do you one better, bro. I'll give him lactose. I'll take
I
away
know.
dod. Oh,
Yeah,
Shit.
you're like, because the milkman is taking away my dud. It's all
That's
about the
it,
milkman,
man.
no? That's
That's
it.
it.
Then only
take
one
away the
more.
bottles, you know?
That's it, bro. That's it. So yeah, I thought that was interesting, man. Asian families generation saying thank you, and not saying thank you, congratulating you on
Yes.
things, and I'm like, okay, well,
I agree.
that's it, broski. That's it.
You got no more. You got one more. You got one more. I know you do. You got one more.
We'll save it. We'll save it. We'll save it. We'll save it. I want to do some demonstrations. Yeah,
Oh, okay. You want to do the live demonstration?
live demonstration. I got some good live ones ready.
I got it. I got it. Well, okay. Well, people, you know the drill. You know to hit that like button. You know to say hello to us in the DMs.
Hanji.
You know to share this with other people.
Hanji.
People who are new here. Hi.
Hi.
People who are no longer
Hi.
going to watch us anymore. Bye. But
Bye.
also, hi.
Hi.
And we have a lot of love for everybody out there. Thank you for helping us get traction and all this stuff. Each week is a blessing, as Gaurav would
blessing.
say. And we appreciate you all. We will see you next week. And you never know, it might get better and better each week. We might drop some other content that might come on board if I get time. But right now, it's not looking good, bruv. It's not looking good, bruv. It's not looking good. Anyway, see you guys next week in a bit. Thank you guys for watching. Check out the rest of our episodes here. And don't forget to subscribe here. We'll see you guys on the next one.